The Pattern I Could Not See, Gratitude, Devotional Series, Episode 8. I walked within a pattern I could not see, beneath a will that moved the world unseen in me. You shaped the course of days and distant stars, guiding every step of life, both near and far. Notice the tense. The whole stanza is written looking back. I walked. I could not see. The singer is standing at some later point in life, turning around to look at the road already traveled, and seeing, for the first time, something that was completely invisible while they were walking it. There was a pattern. There was a will. There was a hand on the whole of it, and they could not see any of it at the time. That is the first thing this verse understands about how God works, and it is one of the most important and most disorienting truths in the Christian life. His providence is almost always hidden while we are living inside it. We walk within a pattern we cannot see. Think about why that has to be so. You cannot see the shape of a tapestry from inside a single thread. While you are the thread, being pulled this direction and that, over and under, through knots and tangles that make no sense from where you are, all you can feel is the tension and the turning. The design is real, but it is not visible from inside the weave. And that is exactly where we live, inside the weave, in the middle of the thread, feeling every pull and seeing none of the picture. We live our lives forward, one bewildering step at a time, and we only ever understand them backward, if we understand them at all. So we walk through seasons that feel random. A door closes that we were sure was the right one. We take a job, a turn, a detour that seems to lead nowhere. We lose years we cannot account for. The relationship that ended, the plan that fell through, the move we did not want to make, the long stretch where nothing seemed to be happening at all, and we wondered if we had been forgotten. In the moment, none of it looks like a pattern. It looks like noise. It looks, sometimes, like being lost. Like a life assembled out of accidents and disappointments with no thread running through it. And the hardest part is that we cannot argue ourselves out of that feeling from the inside, because from the inside, the design genuinely is not visible. But this verse says that underneath all of it, the entire time, there was a will at work. A will that moved the world unseen in me. Hold those two words together, unseen and in me. The will was unseen, quiet, hidden, never announcing itself. And it was at work in me, not only arranging the world around me, but moving through the very steps I was taking. And here I have to say something carefully, because it is easy to hear this wrong. This does not mean you were a puppet, that your choices were fake, that you were only ever going through motions someone else was performing for you. You really walked. You really chose. The plans were truly yours. Scripture holds both of these at once, in a single breath. The heart of man plans his way, but the Lord establishes his steps. Proverbs 16:9. You plan, really plan, with a real heart and real freedom. And underneath your planning, establishing where the steps actually land, is a will wiser and deeper than yours. Not erasing your walking, working through it. Even your wrong turns, the ones that were genuinely wrong, genuinely yours, he did not author, but he was not thwarted by either. He took even those and bent them back into the pattern, so that nothing, not even your wandering, fell outside his guiding. The Bible gives us a whole book that is essentially a portrait of this hidden will, and it is worth knowing. The book of Esther never once mentions God by name, not a single time. On its surface, it is a court drama full of coincidences. A beauty contest, a sleepless night, an overheard plot, a banquet that runs long. God appears nowhere in the text. And yet by the end, you cannot miss that he is everywhere in it. That every accidental seeming detail was placed exactly where it needed to be. That an entire people was rescued by a hidden hand that never signs its name. Who knows, the turning point asks, whether you have not come to the kingdom for such a time as this? Esther 4:14. That is providence as we actually experience it. Not a voice from the sky, a pattern you only recognize when you turn around.
a will that moved the world unseen.
And the reach of that will, the song says, runs from the largest things to the smallest. You shaped the course of days and distant stars. The same hand that set the stars on their courses set the course of your days. My times are in your hand. Psalm 31:15. Your times, the whole calendar of your life, the timing of every arrival and every loss, held by the one who also keeps the constellations from drifting, guiding every step of life, both near and far. Every step, the far ones, the whole long arc of a life, and the near ones, the step you will take this afternoon. A man's steps are from the Lord, the proverb says, and then, with stunning honesty, adds, how then can man understand his way? Proverbs 20:24. There it is, both halves in a single line. The steps are from the Lord, and we cannot fully understand our own way, guided and unable to see the guiding. Exactly what the song is describing. Now here is where all of this turns from a mystery into a comfort, and it is the whole point. If God was guiding you the entire time you could not see it, through the closed doors and the lost years, and the turns that looked like nothing, then you can trust that He is guiding you right now, in the part you still cannot see. The hiddenness has not changed. You are still inside the weave. But you have evidence now, in the rear view, of a hand that was always there. Job, in the middle of suffering he could not make sense of, said it as well as it can be said. Behold, I go forward, but He is not there, and backward, but I do not perceive Him. And yet, He knows the way that I take. When He has tried me, I shall come out as gold. Job 23:8-10. I cannot find Him. I cannot see the pattern, but He knows the way I am taking, even when I do not. I will not promise you that you will always get to see how it all fit. Sometimes, God grants us that. A moment when we turn around and the pattern suddenly comes clear, and we weep at how it was woven. But sometimes we do not get that, not in this life. Some threads we will not understand until we see the whole tapestry from the other side. So the comfort the song offers is not that you will always be able to trace the design. It is that there is a designer, and a design, and a guiding hand, whether or not you ever get to read the map. Your job is not to see the pattern, it is to trust the hand. You walked within a pattern you could not see, which means, however lost you have ever felt, you were never actually lost. The whole time, every near and far step of it, a loving and unseen will was guiding you home. You could not see it then. You can thank Him for it now.
If all things end within your will, then every purpose stands for